Hi there Virgos, I'm Ellie Rose and welcome to my channel. This is your love tarot reading for October 29th to the 5th of November. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If it resonates, it's for you. If it doesn't, then maybe it's not. Let's see what we've got for our Virgos this week. Ooh, the World card and the Eight of Cups. Interesting. Let's see what's on the other side. The Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So yeah, already we've got some like pretty deep cards coming up here. We've got the Ace of Cups, so there's obviously huge potential for love here. We've got somebody on one hand that feels like perhaps it is time for them to walk away from it, despite the fact that it feels like a very higher connection. Like this person is like sensing quite high vibrations in this kind of connection. So there was obviously some like profound, like, wow, you know, connected. But for some reason they do feel like they're walking away, and it might be just part of their life lesson. Like, I feel like the World is always like quite a karmic card. It's like you need to learn some lesson before you go on to the next stage of your evolution. It's about like the kind of the stages of enlightenment, because everything is always a cycle, right? So even though the World is the last card, it is the card before the Fool. So it's like this person needs to enter the energy of the Fool again. So in order to do that, then they might need to walk away from the connection. It might be temporarily. Don't just like click off, like, you know, no, I'm not listening to that, I don't want it to end. I'm not saying that it's going to end permanently, but it seems like right now this person, in order to reach the energy of the Fool again, which is all about new beginnings and taking a risk and, you know, like trusting and this kind of thing, which is what you want in a relationship, obviously, then they probably need to walk away from something. And if that is not walking away from you, if you're the other person, or walking away from this connection, then that's walking away from something. They need to walk away from something in order to like master this level. It's almost like a video game. It's like they need to like conquer the big boss before they can move on to the next level, and whatever that is, it's like not happened quite yet, so they're not quite ready to move on to the next level yet. So what about this person on this side? This can be earth energy here. This person is quite determined of the connection here. Determined that this is, you know, I'm going to see this through. Like, I've seen the connection here, I've seen the potential for love, I'm very excited by it, I'm very lit up by it, and, you know, I want it. Like, I want it now, like I want it committed. I want, you know, this in the real world right now. I don't want to just be thinking about it. I want it to like materialise in front of me. So let's see, what feelings has this person got aside from the Ace of Cups? It's fairly straightforward. Justice. And the Hierophant. Again, I swear every reading the Hierophant has come out. So yeah, interestingly, you've got two major arcana here coming out, which are two cards that again are kind of about figuring out what this is exactly. So for Justice, it's like knowing that this is what you want and what you deserve, and kind of logically getting behind it. Like, you know, well, I've kind of like balanced my mind and my heart now. Like I'm like following what I believe in. Like, I believe in the kind of like the spirituality behind this. I believe in the connection. I believe that it's very profound, and I'm sold. I'm committed to it. Yeah, interesting. This person definitely wants some sort of commitment. They feel that they deserve this kind of love. It's like, finally, you know, I've met somebody that I can actually connect with, somebody that is just like me, somebody that is, you know, on my level and feels the same way. And I want that to almost, like I just heard, be set in stone, which is quite a strong kind of feeling, like be set in stone, but it is this kind of like with the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles, it's like I want to like lock it down almost. Like I want this to be mine, whereas the other person is like, I feel like I need to walk away, which obviously are quite different. So let's see what this person here in the World card feels towards this connection. The Nine of Cups and the Devil. They're very tempted by it, definitely. Very tempted by it because it feels good. It feels really good in a way that is kind of like almost making them feel giddy, like a, you know, like a teenager in love, like all these kind of like hormones. It's like that kind of thing. It might be a little bit overwhelming, in fact, like, you know, almost kind of like a pot bubbling over, like, oh, like this kind of, ooh, sort of feeling. And perhaps that's why they're like pulling away from it a little bit, because it's a little bit unnerving. Yeah, and it's definitely, yeah, they're definitely like, they're into it. Like, it's definitely, with the devil can always be quite sexual. And the Nine of Cups is like emotional fulfillment, but it's also sometimes like, yeah, like this like boiling over kind of metaphor. Like, it's too much. It's like drunk in love. Like, it makes, the connection makes this person feel like they are drunk in love. And that might be why they're like, ooh, that might be dangerous, you know, too much excess. So let's see what is subconsciously blocking this person. Five of Swords, what's blocking this person? And the Knave of Cups. So yeah, the subconscious blocks here are that in order for them to trust their intuition and to trust their heart, they would need to take a bit of a knock to the ego. And by that I don't mean the ego like, oh, they're arrogant. That's not what I mean. I mean like the psychological concept of the ego, like the thing that is you, the thing that you think, that you associate with I, that keeps you safe from, you know, all sorts. Keeps you safe from physical harm, keeps you safe from mental, emotional pain. It's the thing that says to you, I wouldn't go there if I were you because you might get hurt. It's it's the voice that says to you, don't listen to that weird synchronicity that you just experienced, because, you know, that's just silly. Everybody knows that this is the material world and this is the only thing that we can trust, and that, you know, you can't look into a crystal ball and see what the future holds. Like, it's that kind of thing. So the subconscious blocks for this person is that, like, they can't trust their intuition at the moment because their ego is a little bit too much like, well, I'm not going to lose my grip on your brain. Essentially, there's a very like logic versus intuitive battle going on. So what about this person on my right? I feel like this person on my right is a little bit more intuitive. And again, we had like water and earth energy, but you've got Libra, Taurus. On the left, obviously Capricorn with the devil, but whatever resonates really. I don't like to throw the labels out too much. So yeah, what subconscious blocks have we got here? This person in the Hierophant, Knave of Wands, subconscious blocks, and the Four of Swords, sorry. So yeah, the block for this person on my right is because they've got this desire to have commitment. They really want to rush into action, but what they should be doing is going within and meditating on it. So there are some lessons that need to be like dug up a little bit, the same as for this person. And I'm not saying that, you know, either party has to walk away from each other, but I feel like it would benefit, because for this person it's like, I'm sold, you know, I'm sold on this connection, like I know what it is, I'm down, like let's lock it down, I'm good to go, I know exactly what it is and what I want and I'm ready. But in that there's kind of like this hastiness, it's like pushing forwards for it without it being fully ready. Like it's not, it's like, you know, taking some food out of the oven before it's cooked, right? You know, you're gonna get sick. Like you have to let it cook. You have to let it mature. There are some things that need to be learned before you guys come back together, or before you guys take it to the next level. And, you know, this is going to take a little bit of healing. Like, there are some like things within this person's psyche that need to be healed, exactly the same as this person. And I feel like those are this feeling of rushing forwards, of needing to be hasty about it. Like, where is that coming from? Like, if this is you, ask yourself, where is that coming from? Is it because I'm scared that I will lose out on this connection if I don't rush into it? You know, am I worried that they will find somebody else? Am I worried that, you know, their love for me might fade if I don't take action. And actually that's kind of the opposite in all cases. Like the more that you leave it, the more that the other person thinks, what's going on there? Why, you know, why are they not coming towards me? It's almost like, you know, this kind of like push and pull, runner, chaser, like whatever you want to call it. It's like magnets, right? So, you know, when you have two magnets and they're both ends, is it like batteries, like plus and minus? No, positive and negative. So if you put two ends of magnets together, positive and positive, they repel, right? They don't, you probably remember doing that at school with magnets, like they repel each other. Whereas all you have to do is, if one person is like in negative, which means that they're like, no, I'm not interested, and they're like running away from the connection, then you have to turn the other way around as well, because then it will like draw together. I'm sorry, I've completely butchered that analogy. I'm very good at butchering analogies, but if you know what I mean, magnets, just switch up the other way. You run, then they'll all have to switch. You know, that's just the way that it goes. So yeah, let's see what advice we can give apart from the magnets analogy. What advice have we got for this person on my right? King of Swords, he is coming out for every reading along with the Hierophant. Nine of Pentacles, yeah, be okay to be by yourself. By that I don't mean, you know, lock yourself up in a cabin in the woods. Although if that's what tickled your fancy, I would love to have a cabin in the woods, but not everyone would. Just kind of be okay to be by yourself, you know. Do your thing, go to work, see your friends, do whatever it is that you do, go to your courses, go to the gym, whatever it is that you do that is just for you, do that. Because then you will be able to get to control a little bit more of your thoughts. You won't be rushing forwards towards this quite as much, and you know, the commitment will come to you. You don't have to keep chasing it. So what about this person on my left? What advice can we give them? Ooh, interesting cards coming out at the end. Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands in reverse, and Two of Cups is a soulmate card. Okay, the advice to this person is to trust in the connection. If it feels that good, then it must be love. Walk away from it if you need to. You don't have to contact this person because this person needs to learn their lesson. They need to do this Four of Swords energy. They need to go within. They need to be the Nine of Pentacles, be by themselves, heal themselves, love themselves, take care of themselves without the need for the connection. And just, yeah, I mean, Five of Pentacles for advice. Know that whatever happens, this will come together at some point. It's just not ready now. The conditions are not correct right now. So, yeah, don't expect it to happen fast, but believe in it. I think that's the advice for that person. Yeah. That is your reading, guys. I hope that it resonated. As always, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about your individual situations to see how this kind of fits in. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.